What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy God No X, aka Guys on DJ, bringing you another video. So this time I'm talking about the Teenage Engineering EP-133 KO2. I just wanted to give a quick video on my thoughts on this so far. Shout out to my boy Skeeter Wolf for hooking me up with this. But basically, the build quality for me has been fine. I know a lot of people are having problems with the speaker. A lot of people are having problems with the fader. All of my buttons, caps or tops went on fine. I didn't have any issues putting the fader top on or anything like that. Uh, so it was all smooth. Now I did have some issues with the keys sticking a little bit, like this bottom row, the period, the zero, and the enter. But so far it's been okay. After I played around with it a little bit, it kind of loosened up and it stopped sticking a little bit. And I saw on Reddit that that's kind of what you have to do is kind of mash on the keys a little bit, and then eventually they'll loosen up. Uh, so these keys, one thing about these keys are the first keys I've had that are on a sampler or music production device that are hard plastic like this. Like the keys on my MPC-1 and my SP-404 Mark II are rubber pads, like rubberized pads, and it's just a different feel. You got to get used to it. It is kind of like a mechanical keyboard almost, which I love mechanical keyboards. Like my Razer keyboard down below here is a mechanical keyboard, and I have a couple of other mechanical keyboards. But this is a hard plastic key top, and then the switches underneath. Now, my question is, how long are these switches going to last, given some of the other build quality issues with the device across the board? And then when a key does fail, how do you get a replacement? Will you be able to hit up teenage engineering like a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? We'll be able to get keys to replace these switches, or will some a third party company come out with key switches or whatever for this device? So that remains to be seen. But for what it is right now, the device is pretty cool. It's a different workflow. I'm trying to get used to it. Uh, I heard somebody describe it as kind of like a scene type of a scene workflow, kind of like machine, or the Akai Force or something like that. So it's definitely different than from using the MPC-1 or the Roland SP-404 Mark II. But it is cool and I like it a lot. So I'm gonna play this sample for you real quick that I got off my Roland SP-404 Mark II, and just to let you listen to what it sound like coming through a decent audio setup. And I got it going to the Tascam Model 12, then to the Roland, and then to my computer sound card and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna turn my mic speaker up a little bit just so I can hear it as well. I'm gonna play the sample. Here we go. All right, so that's just me messing around with it real quick. I definitely got to get used to the feel of the keys and just the timing of how they hit. I've noticed I'm kind of messing up my timing on a lot of my beats and things like that. I got to re-record and re-record and re-record, trying to get the timing right. Whereas with the SP-404 Mark II and the MPC-1, I kind of got it almost pretty much down pat, with the exception of a few times where I kind of make mistakes and things like that. But yeah, the device is definitely cool. It has effects, has the timing correct, sample, chop. You can do a lot of stuff on this machine. Now, one thing that I don't like about it is that it's only a 64 megabyte. That's megabyte, not gigabyte. 64 megabyte sampler. And my thing with that is like, with as cheap as flash storage is these days. I mean, if you look online, look on Amazon or any place where you buy, a USB drive or a SD card, uh, 16 gigabytes of storage costs you nothing. 64 gigabytes of storage costs you nothing. I would have rather paid an extra $30 or $40 for this device and get a lot more storage space on it than just to be stuck with the 64 megabyte. Now I know they're kind of touting this thing as kind of a throwback sampler to the days when people didn't have a lot of memory to work with and things like that. But uh, I think that's a misstep on Teenage Engineering's part. I think they really should have included more storage space on here, more space for samples and things like that. Like I said, even 16 gigabytes would have been better than 64 megabytes. But anyway, that's just kind of my opinion on that. It's definitely a dope device. I like it a lot. I'm gonna play around with it some more, try to get more familiar with the workflow, and then I'll start posting more videos with tutorials or just my thoughts and things like that, and maybe some beats and things like that. So, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace out.